Summertime is a time for pool parties and barbecue and sunny afternoons at the beach. And yes, comedy at Long Wharf.
That's right. Long Wharf Theater has audiences laughing all summer long. Steve Scarpa is the Director of Marketing and Communications at Long Wharf and is here to tell us about Defending the Caveman. It's playing at the main stage. I had to do that in August. Welcome, Steve. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
How's everything going?
Things are going very well.
Defending the Caveman is part of this whole summer comedy series you've been doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the second show of the series this year. We had previously done My Mother's Italian, My Father's Jewish, and I'm Still in Therapy, which audiences...
Oh, that was Steve. He was here a few weeks ago, right?
A few weeks ago, Steve Solomon, and he, audiences really responded to it. And we had previously had Defending the Caveman 2 years ago, and audiences liked it so much we decided to bring it back a second time.
Now, you've had several years of summer comedy series, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done previously things like Menopause the Musical and, the Late Night Catechism series, and people might have seen Sister on the show here several times. And it's really, it's beach reading for the theaters, the way I like to put it. During the season, we tend to explore the human condition in a different way. And during the summer, we really want to provide people with an outlet for entertainment.
And there's another reason why you have these series as well.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us to help support the artistic mission of the institution. And so in doing that, we really try and reach out to a broader base of people and get a lot of people interested in Long Wharf Theater.
But and it's such an amazing theater, and anybody has played on that stage.
Absolutely.
But for the folks who haven't been there, give us an idea of what the room itself is like, and there really isn't a bad seat in the house.
No, not at all. It's called a thrust stage. That's the main stage, and that means the audience is on three sides. So you're never at any point far from the action, even if you're sitting in the back row of the house. I particularly like the seat by the back door.
I've actually sat way up there before,
Yeah.
and I really do enjoy that whole ambiance of the theater.
Absolutely. It's a great venue. You can be as intimate as you like and sit and watch it, and you can be as far back as you like. It's really, there's just, like you said, there's just really not a bad seat in the house.
All right, now tell us a little bit about Defending the Caveman. This has definitely been a great show everywhere, but from what I understand, you've got a very unique actor playing it. It's quite a show here at the Long Wharf.
Absolutely. It's a gentleman named Paul Peroni. Now, Paul, I've seen him do the show, and he has a really interesting sort of comic sensibility. He's, in a lot of ways, it's part stand-up comic act, but he brings a real emotional truth to it. He had played, I'd read his bio, he had played in Long Day's Journey into Night and had done some Shakespeare, so he's a guy with some serious chops in addition to being really funny.
So he has a commanding performance.
Yeah, he's got a great presence on stage, and we're really excited to have him.
Now, when you see, you've been there 4 years now, right?
Yeah, just about.
Now, just a couple of things in these last 4 years, because the theater has been just amazing with the people that have been attracted and worked on that stage. What are some of the things, some of the more crazier, more fun moments that you've seen over the last few years there?
Well, I don't know about crazy or fun, but we've had a lot of big names recently. We've had Sam Waterston, who was really just
He was terrific.
He was terrific, yeah, and he's really a nice guy and pleasant to work with. He was just in Have You Seen Us, which really, has just been an amazing experience for everyone involved. And before that, we'd had Brian Dennehy, who was in Huey. That was during my tenure, and of course before that there's been just star after star over the years. And this coming season, in the spring, we're going to be bringing back Sam Waterston for a new play, the American premiere of an English play called The Old Masters. And Sam's going to be playing a guy who's grappling with art versus commerce. So it's really going to be an interesting fit for him as an actor. And something we're excited to be presenting.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Defending the Caveman.
Sure.
What exactly is it all about?
Well, it's a sort of sweet and comic exploration of the gender gap. It's a play about, if you've ever been in a relationship, wanted a relationship, it's about that. And so when you...
From a man's perspective?
Well, yes, it's from a man's perspective.
It's okay with that. You can do that, right?
Well, we need that. Absolutely. Women want to know what a man thinks.
Is this like a male version of the vagina monologues? Or?
Not quite.
Or
it's
he's just not into you?
Than that. Well, no. It's very. How can I describe it? It is from a man's perspective, but it gently pokes fun at what men do and what men think, and it's really, when you sit and watch the show, you see a lot of couples of all different ages, and the laughter is different. It's, in a comedy you get a certain type of laughter, but this is a laughter of recognition. People really watch it and they say, oh yes, that's my husband.
So they're nodding their heads and saying, oh yeah,
absolutely.
I get it.
Absolutely. They're really sort of, engaged with the material.
So in a way, it's kind of letting some of the wives in on some of the thinking that may really be going on.
Oh, absolutely, in a way
like,
that
that's you type of thing.
Yeah, probably in a way that's not good for us.
Well, we quite can learn a little bit something from this,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah, it's just a way for. It's yet one more way for people to connect with each other. Is the way I see it.
Now, when you see a show like this come in and the feedback that you get from the audience, I mean, does that get you turned on to want to do more shows like this?
Well, yeah, absolutely. It becomes we're always looking for things that engage people. That's one of the things that we're most about, and you can engage people in a million different ways. And this is one more way of getting people to look at the world, and in this case, have a lot of laughs and a good time doing it.
Now, you've been over there many times,
I
right?
love going to the Long Wharf. Now, is it more challenging to have more cast on stage versus a one-man or one-woman show?
Oh, each show brings a different set of challenges. From the perspective of a one-person show, the strain on the performer, it's like an athletic event for that performer. I mean, all day they plan and get ready for that one moment. With a bigger cast show, you have all the moving parts of getting a lot of people working toward a common goal. And so there is a lot of, there's unique things about each one.
Because you have to be challenged also to keep the audience enlightened.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's where, if you watch a guy like Paul, who's performing it, or some of the other one-person shows we've had recently, there's a certain charismatic quality. And we hope that we bring in actors who have that charismatic quality, and we're pretty sure we do.
All right, maybe we can, for people that want to see the show, let's bring some information up on the screen and take a look at how are our ticket prices range on this show.
Ticket prices are around the $30 range. It's a relatively
very reasonable.
Very reasonable, yeah. And it's a great date night.
A great date night.
It's a great date night.
I do think that, especially the show itself.
Absolutely.
I think you can learn a lot from each other.
Absolutely, yep.
Well, yeah, again, the dates of the show again?
August 11th through the 22nd.
Okay, and then what's going to be the show that's going to follow up after that?
Well, the first show of our regular subscription season is Ella. It's a biography of the great Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful script. It really gets into her personally. You understand, you learn where she was coming from and what she was all about, and you hear all the fantastic music that Ella Fitzgerald is known for.
I would just go to listen to the music.
Oh, there's a
but
ton
she's a
of music.
dynamic person anyway.
Absolutely, and the performer, her name is Tina Fabrique, and she's been doing the show for a long time in various places, and she's just really wonderful, and her voice is really stunning, and we're so excited to have her.
Looking forward to that, Steve.
Well, Steve, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Steve
Thank you
Scarpa.
for having me.
All right, and if you'd like any more information, you can go to WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style. Now, we got